Good morning, or good afternoon, should I say, people. Albert JTV is back for another match review. Brighton won, Arsenal won. As you can see in the title, people, Arsenal drop even more points. Plenty to discuss. We'll be back straight after the Albert JTV intro. And I can see the logic behind the signing, even though some Arsenal fans...
We actually worked a good passage of play.
Arsenal and footballing community, like, share, and most importantly, subscribe to Albert JTV. People, welcome back. Good afternoon, I was meant to say, not good morning, because I'm so used to doing the Sunday show at 9 a.m. But I thought, you know what? After that performance yesterday, and I went onto the hybrid squad for post-match, big up Sophie Nicolau for that. Let me have a later stream and a little bit more of a lay-in. It was much needed amongst bitter cold weather out of people. So people, stay warm and enjoy your Sunday afternoon viewing with your resident Albert JTV. Smash the like button upon arrival. We are going live on Facebook, YouTube, and on the Twitter/X feed. So please do share and smash the like. Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I tend to normally say it's not going to be a long stream depending on the result. So this stream won't be a short stream. Sorry, it will be a short stream. But if it does go over a little bit, then you understand why, because passions flow and Arsenal do upset us as Arsenal fans sometimes. Let me come to chat quickly. Big up Suge, man. Legend, bro. Love, bro. Merry Christmas to you. Happy New Year. Also, I'll say, I hope you had a fantastic Christmas and a Happy New Year. Same to you, Matt G, my guy. Thank you, man. Yeah, Matt, we'll talk about quite a few things. So let's get straight into it, man. Team lineup. Now, I saw the team lineup. I'm in a couple of group chats, as I like to mention. I've got my own group chat with a selected few people in there. Big up to them. Saw the team lineup. Obviously, there's been an illness still going around. Kai Havertz is missing. Odegaard was on the bench. Waneri starts. Jorginho comes in. But then obviously you saw that Thomas Partey was obviously going to play, but we knew where he was going to play when we saw the team lineup. And it also just goes to show as well, when you get needless and stupid yellow cards, you miss games. And obviously we learned with Yurin Timber, he got a booking in the last match, so he's missing for the game yesterday. But as I said on Hybrid Squad yesterday, people go and check the show out post-match from me and Sophie. We was on fire yesterday, man, because of that result yesterday. I still felt there was enough in the Arsenal team lineup, whether that be coming off from the bench or the people that started the match, to get the 3 points, particularly and especially with the way Arsenal have been in the last few weeks, or even the season, trying to chase this league title. There was enough there. And you're playing a Brighton side who haven't won in 7. They're not in good form. I know it's an away game, but they're not in good form. Arsenal haven't lost for, is it a couple of months now, is it, apparently? I mean, I don't feel like it the way we play games, but you know what I'm saying. I need to turn down this light, it's a bit bright for me. So I thought there was enough there. Now, what happened in our last game was that we started well, but we found ourselves a goal down. Yesterday, I thought we started well. Found ourselves a goal up in 16 minutes due to Ethan Waneri scoring his second goal for Arsenal. And there's been a few games this season, for example, people, where we have started games well, but we find ourselves a goal behind. That game the other day against Brentford was unbelievable. To Brentford's first shot, and we're 1-0 down. There was quite a few issues that led to that goal, but yeah, listen, Ethan, good build-up play. People saying whether Moreno is meant to do the pass to Rice or Waneri, it doesn't matter. And I was thinking, you know what? When he's going through, I'm thinking, if you're going to take the shot, you better bloody well score, because there are people in very good positions. Declan Rice pulled out a little bit towards not the edge of the box, but it was coming in late. But yeah, I'm surprised Brighton backed off. When the guys come in that close to your goalkeeper, you've got to commit a challenge there. But listen, we go 1-0 up. Ethan Waneri, great for his confidence, good finish. And we're 1-0 up away. So you're thinking, listen, we started the game well, positively, go a goal up. And like I mentioned before, Brighton haven't won in 7, man. 7 games. It's a long time to not get any points, or to not win a game, should I say, sorry. But we found ourselves 1-0 up. And I thought, you know what? I thought value for money. I'm going to be honest, if I look at the first half in its entirety, I thought he's worth the 1-0 lead. I don't think they gave us many problems. I thought some of the issues in the first half, for me, maybe you guys might see it a bit differently when you watch this now and watch it back, is there are still tendencies defensively where we're being very, very sloppy. There were a couple moments in the first half where if Brighton were a little bit more polished, maybe it's down to confidence, maybe it's down to the final ball in the final third, they might have worked David Ray up. But I thought we was value for money for 1-0. And I thought there's just times where just defensively we still look a bit off. I thought some of the passing was really poor yesterday. Yes, there were times Ethan gave the ball away, but he was trying, he was doing that, but in regards to trying to affect the game. He wasn't sort of doing it in our own 6-yard boxes, which is what you don't want to happen. But let me come to chat quickly before I divert even more. Yeah, man, Matt, big up to you, man. Yeah, same. Listen, man, it happens, bro. Listen, we just had it. We're just into the new year, only 5 days in. And Arsenal just give us. They're odd watch this season. Arsenal, they're a hard watch at times this season. Yeah. Why does it feel like we are regressing as fast as the Titanic sinking? Arsenal have regressed this season. If Arsenal fans want to argue that, then they're being delusional to themselves. If I'm going to be really, really honest. And let me give a shout out to my Liverpool guy, man. Love Doug, man. Big up, Doug. Doug, remember I messaged you after you went to the... What game did you go to again, Doug? Was it Fulham? And I went to a game that day as well. Who did we play? Was it Everton? Was that the 10 days before Christmas, Doug? Remind me. And I messaged you and I said to Doug, I said to you, man, you guys keep it together. The title's yours. The title's yours because Arsenal were not good enough to sustain the Premier League title run. And I'm going to go into more detail about that sort of during the stream. But yeah, Doug, I messaged him. I said to you, you guys keep it on the straight and narrow. You don't, and you keep steady. You win the league, man. You win the league. And that was when, I think it's when you drew a Fulham. I'm sure it was. I can't remember the game you went to, Doug. Now you have to tell me. Yeah, you're right. Thought so. Yeah, he's right. Well done. Thought so. Doug, I struggled to stay awake in that game against Everton. Jesus Christ, that first half was dreadful. Oh God, man. I mean, it wasn't much better against Ipswich in the first half when I went to that game as well. Funny enough, but yeah, the game. I heard the game's still on at Anfield. Gives me something to watch later. Yeah, second half. Going into second half now of Arsenal. I don't know what you guys thought, but. And I said this to Sophie yesterday. Some Arsenal fans thought that we dominated the game. I thought we controlled it well in the first half. I always felt if Arsenal don't get the second ASAP, I wasn't confident enough for us to go and win that game 1-0. And they slowly got back in. They got some good players, man. I don't know where they get them from, Brighton. Their recruitment is amazing. Is it Ayari? You've got Minter. You've got Baliba. I like João Pedro. I think he's a very good player who gave us a lot of problems yesterday. The second half, Arsenal did absolutely nothing. At the time when we substituted Martinelli to bring on Common for Nwaneri, I thought that was obviously we found out later as to why he came off, but I thought it was a very odd substitution. Now, people are saying, oh, it was a yellow card thing. No, come on, let's be serious. We've seen players come out for second halves in football who are on yellow cards and manage the game well. So for me, straight away, I was like, no, that can't be the reason. I don't know why he's brought him off, but obviously we found out he's got a muscle injury. It's like, oh, goodness sake, man. Seriously. But I could see it happening. And to be honest with you, I wasn't shocked Brighton scored. I generally wasn't shocked they scored. And lo and behold, actually about a minute before that, 30 seconds to a minute before that, we had a chance from a dead ball situation with Declan Rice puts the ball in. Great ball in. Moreno's got to do better there for me. I actually didn't think he was as bad as people were making out. Him and Rice, personally. That's just my own opinion. You might disagree. But a minute, before the penalty incident, we could have gone 2-0 up. I thought it was a really good chance, actually. And it fell on his left foot as well. And then lo and behold, 30 to 60 seconds later, the decision that changes the game on 60 minutes. I've got to be honest, at the time, I wasn't sure in lifetime what it was given for. Then when I saw the replays, or the replay, should I say, I couldn't believe it. Now, I'm gonna say this. This is my own personal opinion. I've had a bit more time to sit back and relax and digress and think about certain things. And these are my conclusions. But wait for it, people. It's coming. It's coming. I couldn't believe it was given. That's the first thing I have to say that. And I'm going to say this. My biggest issue with people's opinions about the penalty, I'm not talking about rival fans. I'm not talking even about our fans. When you have ex-professional footballers coming out and saying that was a penalty, I have an issue with that. And I'll tell you why I have an issue, because they'll be the first people to tell you, us as fans, as tell broadcasters and presenters, we played the game. So you're telling me as an ex-professional footballer on the opposing side, the away team, or even a home team, but you know what I mean, as the away team, you get a penalty decision against you like that. You're telling me, for the people that sit in the studios and do analysis, you'd wipe your hands and go, that's fine, that's a penalty, the referee decision. If an ex-professional footballer would honestly turn around and say that to you, they're lying. They're absolutely lying. You cannot be giving penalties for that. Now, to the Arsenal fans that go, we're blaming referees, or people saying we're blaming referees, I am not getting away from the fact Arsenal were absolutely atrocious in the second half. They were diabolical. They were rubbish. But you can be rubbish and have a poor decision or poor refereeing in the same game. There's no either or. You're allowed to call that out as an Arsenal fan. We didn't do enough to go 2-0 up. We had a chance to go 2-0 up. We didn't do enough to go 2-0 up. But if you're giving penalties for that, we have a serious problem in football. And somebody showed it today. I actually completely forgot about when we played Chelsea away. People remember this. When Sanchez, the Chelsea goalkeepers, absolutely wiped out Gabriel Jesus and no penalty was given. So if you're going to give penalties for that, for Saliba yesterday, I'm sorry, we are setting a dangerous precedent. Like I said, I can look at Arsenal Football Club yesterday and say to you, we were absolutely atrocious. We were not good enough. It's not acceptable. What other words do you want me to use? It was poor. It was piss poor. But that does not take away the fact that was an appalling decision. And it worries me that I see ex-professional footballers come out and say that was a penalty. Not all of them. Some of them said it wasn't. But for the one that did say it, absolute garbage. Sorry. You're ex-professional footballers. You played the game. You're very keen to tell us that as supporters and as broadcasters. And you can't call it out and say that wasn't a penalty. Not acceptable, man. Sorry. That's my rant over. Let me come to chat quickly. Matt, let me read out the chat. Matt Laguna, happy New Year, Albert. I thought the draw was a fair result. Matt, we could have even lost it at the end. I thought the one team that looked like they was going to score was Brighton. They grew more. They grew in more and more confidence. They looked more threatening from wide areas. They prized you up. There's winning the second balls. There's winning the first balls. And if they'd have nicked it yesterday, I don't think any Arsenal fan could have complained. Honestly. All right. Sorry, I can't remember say their keeper had to make in the second half. He didn't. Our midfield had no balance for that part, and we need a striker. Matt, I've clipped stuff in regards to the striker situation. It's a conversation that's not going to go away. We needed a striker, even with Saka still there, and Ødegaard fit. It's one missing piece. There are other pieces to fix or to place or to replace, even in some cases. But that second half, we've had some poor games this season. We've had some poor second halves this season. I mean, that Newcastle one, you've heard me bang on about this since we played them, but that second half was unacceptable. That was poor yesterday. Martinelli come on, he did nothing. Trossard was poor yesterday. Very poor. Continuously giving the ball away. Poor decision-making. Rice, half decent. Moreno, not too bad. Okay, at best. Poor performance. Arsenal have drawn. Arsenal have not kept a clean sheet away from home since Manchester City away. I said this on Hybrid Squad yesterday. We are on course for double figures for draws in the Premier League this season. And we're only in the first week of January. Let that sink in. When we do our debriefs and why Arsenal didn't do A, B, and C, and why didn't win the league, and why we wasn't close. 7 draws already. No clean sheet away from home in the Premier League since Manchester City away. These are factors why we are going to not win the Premier League this season. Everybody, if they haven't had it yet, will have a game this season or a defining game this season where they say, you know what, as an Arsenal fan, you know what, I've really, really tried to stay positive. But what I'm seeing with the football is not giving me any encouragement as for Arsenal to challenge this league title. You are entitled to say that now. I said to people who were saying it's only September, October, November, Liverpool will drop points, Liverpool haven't played anybody. Nonsense. We are too far gone in the season for this to be a fluke that Liverpool playing this well. 5 points ahead before the game today with 2 games in hand. We would have to go to Anfield and win, Liverpool to lose probably another game and draw a few. Then we'd be back in it. Not being at the top of the league, we'd be back in it. Look at the football, us Arsenal fans. Look at it. Are you enjoying it? The football, a majority of the players, with the exception of probably Thomas Partey, Timber, Saka before he got injured, you could probably name 3 players and say, yeah, they played well this season. There's more players that have been poor and have not played well than the ones that have played well. And factoring in, like I said, no clean sheet since Manchester City away and 7 draws. Losing points from winning positions 5 times now this season. And you've got sections of our fan base that tell us it's only January. Come on, man. Seriously. Are we really doing this? I said it. I've said this before, and I'm going to keep saying it, probably till the end of the bloody season. That Newcastle away game. Nah, man. I looked at this side. I looked at this team. I looked at these players. I looked at the performance. We're not good enough to win the league. Sophie's mentioned this, the same 2 words she's mentioned, mental impetus. There's something about our players, our crop of players, including the management, that is not capable of capitalizing. Home, away, go ahead. The football. You could only probably argue in the Champions League where we play better football, if I'm going to be honest. I went to that Everton game, for example. Jesus Christ, man. And I really shouldn't have gone because I was really not feeling well. That was dreadful. Everton Football Club. Those guys can't buy a win or a goal for toffee. Excuse the pun. 0-0. Look at the first half against Ipswich. We gave Ipswich encouragement in the second half. Ipswich haven't kept a clean sheet, right? Before the Chelsea game, obviously. They'd only kept 1 clean sheet that season. I think it was Tottenham away. 1. And we're struggling to break down Ipswich Town at home. I don't know what to say, man. Let me come to the chat quickly. Our set aside of play is making Rice look like a £40 million player instead of a £105 million player. Rice has been poor this season. I'm not talking about the game yesterday. I'm talking about his overall season. He's been poor. Yes, my boy. Same old story, I'm afraid. Jay, big up. Great to see you the other day, man. Love to see you, man. Thank you, brother, man. I wish. Listen, I'll put the work in. But as you know, I have a obviously proper job outside of doing YouTube. But yeah, this team it's I'm watching us play, and I feel like the Churchill dog for the insurance advert, the dog that's just consistently shaking his head, going, no, it's true. I'm watching us, man. I'm just not seeing. They're not filling us with confidence, man. They're not. Thomas Partey at right back. Saka's out for a few months. I mentioned it before. I don't want to see Saka play again this season, personally, to protect him for his future. Waneri's now injured, muscle injury, might be out for a few weeks. I don't know what team we're going to play on Tuesday against Newcastle. I might be going again. I'm not too sure. What team are we going to put out, people? Come on, honestly. I'm not even asking you to give me an answer now. Think about it. Put it in the chat after the stream's done. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. We're sloppy in possession. What's happened to the two-touch football? We don't transition the ball quick enough. Mikel Arteta is absolutely obsessed with the fine margins. He is obsessed with possessing the football to the point that we possess the football more in our half than in the opposition half. And even when we do get into the opposition half, it's too slow. It's too easy. There's not enough pace in the side. There isn't. I've said this for about 2 years now. We don't move the ball quick enough. There's no dynamism. The football's boring. Then people say to me, is it the manager? Is it the tactics? The players have to take a huge amount of responsibility. Look at the situation with Martinelli and Trossard. You ask any Arsenal fan, who should start ahead of one and the other? You could do a straw poll, probably be 50-50, 60-40, 55-45. None of them have ripped it up this season. None. Trossard, the better finisher, poor. Martinelli, poor. Not affecting games. There are too many players that don't affect games. I mean, you looked at the bench yesterday, you're like, wow. I mean, Martinelli got a little off the pace, man. And, you know, you could see he wasn't 100% anyway. Hence the reason why he didn't get in the game. It's, I don't know if Arsenal, it's weird because we're second in the league, yeah, and we're still in, you know, quite a few cup competitions. Obviously, the FA Cup hasn't started yet, but we've got it with that game's next week, which I won't get that one. I think my next game is going to be Villa at home, actually. But what I'm watching and witnessing at the moment, I don't know. I don't know where we're going. I generally don't. And if people think January is going to be a savior, you better taper your expectation right now if you didn't do it before. It's insane. I just don't know. It's not great, man. It's not great. I'm looking at the manager, Mikel, and I'm not sure. I think with him, it's almost a case of, when I mentioned it on Hybrid Squad yesterday, you know, when you squeeze, it's like squeezing the last bits of juice out, just wringing a towel that's soaked with water. You can't. There's a point when you're squeezing it to rinse out the water, but it's just going to stop. I'm looking at Mikel and I'm thinking, is there more strings to your bow? That's a plausible question for Arsenal fans to ask. We can't just sit here blinkered and sing Super Mick Arteta songs. Whether it be tactically, you can blame the players, some of the substitutions during the games, the in-game management. There's so many fractions wrong. I mean, look at even the defensive unit, which he's built up, where we've actually got one. But people, you'll remember this. You'll remember the stat with the after the Fulham game or lead up to the Fulham game. That was Arsenal's 9th different defensive unit. 9th. Yes, people talk about injuries and whatever, but we don't have consistency with that. Yes, we're missing Ben White, as a point as made yesterday. We are. Because Timber can go left back, Ben White can go right back. But then even when he does come back, you won't have your mate Saka there. So, I mean, what's happening with Tomiyasu? Is he alive? I mean, I don't know what's going on with some of these injuries. I really don't. It's a mad one. But people, we are 29 minutes in. I said it wouldn't be a long one, and it won't be. We've got some games thick and fast coming. We've got obviously Newcastle in the Carabao. We have Manchester United. I think I missed out a fixture. People tell me in the chat. I think I missed out a Premier League fixture, man. I'm not too sure. Let me see. Let me come into the chat quickly. We need to start that 50-run max down. If things are going off, squad is abysmal. For the way things are going, max down, we might get a game. Jesus, man. Come to the chat quickly. I blame Martinelli's form drop and Saka injury at Arteta's feet. The amount of defensive pressure they do is insane. Yeah, Saka, the thing with it, the Saka thing, it was coming, man. It was absolutely coming. Absolutely coming. Imran, big up to you, man. I think a lot of the fans revised their expectations before a ball was kicked, if I'm going to be honest, my friend. I didn't have Arsenal down to win the league this season. I didn't have it going the way I thought it would go at the moment. Arsenal, yeah, that to me, every Arsenal fan's gonna have their tipping point where they thought, you know what, Arsenal don't look good for winning the league. Mine was at Newcastle away. And when was that game? People in the chat, let me know when that game was, because it was a while ago now. It was a while ago. It was. It's a dreadful watch. I was so glad I didn't do a league judges watch along for that game, because I think I would have fallen asleep, or just would have got so angry that I wouldn't even know what to have done with myself. But yeah, there's been too many poor performances, man. Too many poor performances. And I don't see it getting any better anytime soon. I don't. But people, let me do a little shout out to a couple of people. But before I get into that, people, like I said, we're going live on YouTube. Smash the like, retweet on the X feed if you can, if you haven't done it already. If I can do it, let me see if I can do it while I'm talking to you guys, man. Bear with me, man. Bear with me. Bear with me. Where have I gone? Where am I? There I am. Let me retweet myself. Why not? If I don't do it, no one else will do it. Yeah, man, it's mad. It's I think even the most ardent, positive Arsenal fans out there, whether you're a content creator or you are just a fan, or you go on podcasts as a guest, or you're on social media, even they must be at a point now. They're like, you know what? It's not happening this season. We'll have to concentrate on the cups. Because like I mentioned earlier, we'd have to go to Anfield and win. Expect them to lose another game, so that'd be 6 points. And they've got a game in hand. They've got games in hand. I mean, imagine that game got called off yesterday. I mean, today, sorry, Jesus. I mean, the game at Newcastle's flying at the moment. You know, they're going to give us good problems, because Eddie Howe's not going to go in there with a weakened team. It's a semi-final, for crying out loud. I would have liked it if the first leg was at their ground, but yeah, I mean, boy, it's not great, man. Suge, I jumped onto a big 6 corner show after some window and said the window was a free. From there, it went downhill. The window wasn't a good window. That's why I found it quite amazing when I saw people saying that it was a good window and they was rating it, you know, 7s and 8s. I'm like, really? No, I didn't see that. Mine was literally the same. Mine was literally Jay Dime. Big thank you for comment. Mine was literally after the window. You know what? Our people were calling me mad. Yeah, there are a lot of people calling us Arsenal fans mad for what we were saying. I said no. I said the acid test is your eyes, your 2 set of eyes do not lie to you with what you're seeing. Now all those same people are the same, are saying same thing. Bless up. All you see at the next game or stream. Yeah. Oh God, man. I tell you, the imbalance in our midfield and the blunt force in our front line is just so stark and so obvious, man, to see. It's mad. But people, I'm gonna log off soon. But if you don't know what to do by now, people, this is what you should do if I can find it. So people, like I said, like, share, and subscribe. And there you have it, people. Audio listeners, you will never be forgotten. I was a bit late with my audio talk. This will go out on the Apple and Spotify downloads, or wherever you get your podcasts. You'll hear my Sunday afternoon dulcet tones in despair about another Arsenal with more drop points. Oh, man. But yeah, people, I want to give a shout out to some people, man. I don't normally do this, so I'm going to go into my channel, but obviously, you know, people up and down the universe or the world of the UK have WhatsApp group chat. So I want to big up my Arsenal Brothers group chat, man. Big up Scotty Borg, big up JC Arsenal Analyzed, big up LL Cool James, Jimmy Changa, big up King Kesh, and big up RJ Williams, the best of Williams that I know. Love for you guys for your support. Love for you guys being consistent. Big love for you guys for just your general interaction and just being top gooners and top guys. So love for that, man. you know, people create group chats for various different reasons. Mine, I created mine many years ago, and I'd have to check the date. I kept it small, very small. We talk about everything: football, entertainment, loads of things. But I want to show my love and appreciation to you guys, because you deserve it. You have supported me when I've come across you guys at different points on social media, amazingly. I should have done the message sort of coming towards the end of 2024, but coming into the new year, yeah, you guys have been forever consistent. So love for that. And I also want to say a big up to RJ, man. Sometimes in life, I often hear me say this on social media. I don't use the term friendship very, very loosely. And he was a big sounding board for me yesterday on the phone, man, because last couple of days, you do a bit of reflecting and thinking about certain things. And there's many things I learn in my life, not just with podcasting or my job or the family, whatever, is that sometimes in life, people, how can I put this? People don't know when they've done well for themselves and appreciate good people. And I've learned that over the last couple of days. And RJ, I want to big up to you, man, because you was a sounding board. You gave me some great advice and lots of love, bro. So I appreciate that, man, 100%. So people, there's Albert J TV, over and out. Have an amazing Sunday wherever you are, or Monday in some people's cases because of the time difference. Albert J TV will be back soon. So keep a lookout on my social media pages, and you'll see my head pop up somewhere, or maybe even a guest on somebody's channel. People, that is Albert J TV, over and out for another review. Arsenal dropped more points. Plenty to play for this season, but the football is not amazing. People, Albert J TV will be back soon.